Idealism. Status. Thinking positive thoughts for those in fear. Praying thankful prayers for those in need. Meditating on supernatural prosperity for those who can't see their way to the light beyond earthly sight. I'm shifting my communication with the divine to one of gratitude for you and yours and me and mine. Will you do the same today? Thank you, God. Thank you, you. October 1st, 2013. I've spent too much time wishing for things. I've wished for love, for money, for my dream house, and many other seemingly simple desires. The problem is the wishing part. Wishing infers lack. The universe doesn't understand my meaning if I'm not clear. If I say I wish for, I indicate to the universe that I don't have something. All the attention is on the lack. It says, okay, let me keep giving this girl what she asks for. She's focusing on the fact that she has never owned a house. Let's keep it that way. She says she has no love. Let's leave her lonely for a while longer. She barely makes ends meet. She must like living that way. The minute we start to claim with faith what we desire is when God agrees with us. Sometimes she blesses us with more than we think we deserve. I thank God for the new creative friendship I have in my life. I get 3 new friends or more. I thank you, God, for love in my life. A dog shows up on my doorstep. Thank you, God, for my new lover. I get one. What kind will he or she be? If I'm not specific, I may end up getting a jackass that's a one-night stand. I want a great male friend that motivates me. I want a gentle male friend that is a great lover. I want a successful male friend that has a good job that I can travel with. I could end up with 3 male friends that do each thing I desired instead of one with all of them. I have to claim what I desire with clarity and preciseness, then quiet my mind and mouth and let God do what he does.
I felt the purity of your soul. When I met you, my heart I held so closed and safe, open wide. Like a deep and untouched cavern, revealed to God's Son for the very first time. Although you didn't seem to see me, I dove deep within your being and I felt the purity of your soul. You didn't know I was there, did you? When I met you, my dark skies shone, unobstructed for the first time. Yes, the gloomy clouds disintegrated into particles of hope. My waning moon suddenly became full of the possibilities. I felt the purity of your soul. You didn't know I was there, did you? Like a deep and untouched cavern, revealed to God's Son for the first time. Yes, the gloomy clouds disintegrated into particles of hope. My waning moon suddenly became full of the possibilities. I felt the purity of your soul. I felt my heart intermingled with yours and knew all was finally as it should be. You didn't know you became my heir, did you? When I met you, I knew you were all I've ever wanted. When I met you.
Status. Well, I want to be like Joshua. May 22nd, 2014. Have you ever been in bondage? Any kind? Have you been imprisoned, guilty or innocent? Have you ever been enslaved by choices in your life? How about being a serf to addictions? Maybe drugs, cigarettes, fatty foods, sugar, alcohol, rage driving, unhealthy relationships, depression, obsessions, possessions, damaging lack of self-esteem, hate, anger, racism, prejudice, status, a noxious job, wacko friends, extreme sports. I think most everyone has been attracted to do something self-destructive. I don't know if we make these choices because it is a self-imposed life lesson or that we're contented with sickness, pain, and suffering. Recently, I watched one of my favorite animated movies again for the umpteenth time. DreamWorks' The Prince of Egypt moves, motivates, and enlightens me with each viewing. I experienced it in a different way this time. I was cleaning alone, as I often do, but I wanted company. So I turned the movie up and listened as I worked. I heard lyrics, dialogue, tone, and nuance I'd missed before. Since most people of the Jewish, Christian, and Muslim faith know the story of Moses and the Exodus, if you don't, you should read it. It's one of the greatest stories ever told. I won't repeat it here. This great history of a people got me to thinking about the different types of self-imposed oppression I've tolerated in my life. I've fought many battles with addictions. None of the heavy hitters, so don't start. I'll speak of one. Many years ago, I was in an unhealthy relationship. I've had a few. Addiction, see? I knew the minute I started this excursion that it was going to be difficult. The guy, certain, remember him? Thought he loved me, but he did not. He barely liked me and knew it. We were worlds apart in every way. We shared intimacy and property. We lived together, all the things grown-ups do. But I was no grown-up. I was raised to stay by your man, through thick and thin. I felt trapped. I was so stuck that it took him cheating, lying, and finally leaving me before I could let him go. Like Jewish people, I had grown comfortable with my misery. Remember how they argued about the pros and cons of slavery? At least they had their hovels food in the closeness of family. No matter they were mistreated, loathed, violated, and enslaved. Now here comes Moses trying to stir stuff up. Affliction has a level of security. We understand it. There are no surprises. So, what happens when we finally march out of our Egypt? Will we be strong and courageous like Joshua? Or will we complain, be faithless, and wander in the wilderness for 40 years or more? Will we watch God provide and yet cry out, I want to go back to the torment? I think that's why when we get out of our cages, the road is so precarious.
We seek the familiar no matter how horrible, no matter that God is pointing us to freedom and the promised land. Fear and laziness stops us from going from Canaan to fight the battle to get the happiness we deserve. Well, I want to be like Joshua. If the other Israelites had his strength, courage, and faith, they would have strolled directly from Egypt into their new home of plenty. That's how I want to do it every time I break out, just like Joshua.